We have a competition between two worlds. An inclusive monetary network that's censorship resistant, that no one owns, no one controls. The monetary policy is set in stone. And the other alternative is a dystopian 1984 fucking nightmare, which are central bank digital currencies that's going to enable governments to control you in ways that you couldn't even imagine. And if you still don't believe me, that's where things are heading. Check out this post by the World Economic Forum. By the way, we absolutely destroyed them on the narrative battleground of the internet. This was a post by them. It says, what are central bank digital currencies? And take a look. Of course, they disabled the comments because they can't have truth. They can't advocate for their ideas. They can't do it. So they shut down the comments. They try to censor, but unfortunately for them, Twitter still allows quote tweets. 320 to 58 likes. Talk about a freaking ratio. And if you still haven't quote tweeted this and called them out on their bullshit, I suggest you do that. At the end of the day, we're an activist audience. Anyways, check this out. What are central bank digital currencies? Let's check out what these crazy motherfuckers have to say. Remember, these are the same people that tell you they want you to own nothing and be happy. These are the same people. They say central bank, and the gaslighting here, central bank money is a risk-free form of money that is guaranteed by the state. Remember, this is the same risk-free form of money that they told you inflation wasn't real. They gaslight you. They don't even take responsibility for it. They don't even admit that money printing is the cause of that inflation in the first place. They literally have the nerve to tell you, nah, your eyes are deceiving you. Only we know what's up. And they're telling you a risk-free form of money. Even Bitcoiners don't say that. Bitcoiners say there's trade-offs. Anyways, it says the Bank of England explains that central bank digital currencies, because they're pegged to a country's national currency, don't have the volatility of privately issued currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP. Maybe they're right about Ethereum and XRP. But with Bitcoin, I could tell you this, right? Perhaps short-term volatility, but at least the short-term volatility is up and to the right forever. And the volatility of fiat that isn't so low nowadays anyways, because it's really, in the United States, they tell you it's around 8 to 9%. We all know it's 15 if you include energy and food. So is that the low volatility that they're talking about? At least with Bitcoin, yeah, maybe the volatility is high in the short term, but I know that my purchasing power will continue to increase till the end of time. America's central bank, the Federal Reserve, say that if it introduced a CBDC, it would be the safest digital asset available to the general public. Safe to who? Safe to them, safe to the government, safe to the central bank, but safe to the people. Do you remember what they did to the protesters in Canada? What did they do? They froze their accounts. So is that what you're talking about, safe? Maybe it's safe to the World Economic Forum. And if you want to know why they disabled the comments, this is why. This is why. And the way that you arm yourself against this is taking Bitcoin into self-custody and being knowledgeable on the matter. This is what your enemy is doing. They're showing it to you. Anyways, moving on. This was, again, they say safest, right? This is what your government is thinking of people that have a different ideology than the majority. You could say, and the reason I wanted to cover this, put the politics aside, is because Bitcoiners have a different way of thinking than the majority. So how long until we are labeled extremists because you want to take self-custody of your Bitcoin on an unhosted wallet, to use their terms? How long until that happens? It's absolutely terrifying. And they're gaslighting you and telling you, hey, if you don't take self-custody, if your thoughts aren't with the majority, you're an extremist. Holy cow. Anyways, let's check out what the press secretary has to say.
Again, we see majority of Americans who disagree. And so when you are not with where majority of Americans are, then, that is extreme. That is an extreme way of thinking.
Remember, guys, Bitcoin ain't democratic, okay? Majorities don't matter here. It's all about the individual. If you want the whole consensus bullshit, you should take a look at Ethereum.